It was a dark and stormy night. I was alone in the old mansion, hired as a governess for 2 orphaned children. Their uncle, who was their guardian, had left me in charge and told me not to bother him with any problems. He said the children were well behaved and easy to manage. But he was wrong. There was something wrong with the children. They were too quiet, too secretive, too pale. They seemed to have a bond that excluded me. They often whispered to each other, or stared out of the windows with a strange expression. Sometimes, I caught them sneaking out of their rooms at night, or wandering in the gardens. I tried to be kind and gentle with them, but they did not respond to my affection. They only obeyed me out of fear, or so I thought. They never told me what they were thinking, or what they were doing. They never asked me any questions, or showed any curiosity. I felt lonely and isolated in the mansion. The only other person there was Mrs. Groves, the housekeeper. She was a simple and good-natured woman, but she did not know much about the children's history. She only told me that they had been happy and normal before their parents died in a car accident, and that their previous governess, Miss Jessel, had also died of a fever. But one day, everything changed. I saw him for the first time. He was standing on the tower of the mansion, looking down at me with a wicked smile. He was a handsome man, with dark hair and piercing eyes. He wore a fine suit and a hat. He looked like a gentleman, but I felt a chill in my spine. I recognized him from the portrait in the library. He was Peter Quint, the former valet of the uncle. He had been in charge of the mansion before I came. He had also been in charge of the children. And he had been dead for months. I ran inside the mansion, terrified and confused. How could I see a dead man? Was he a ghost? What did he want from me? From the children? I told Mrs. Groves what I had seen, and she confirmed my fears. She said that Peter Quint had been a bad man who had corrupted Miss Jessel and the children with his evil influence. He had abused them and taught them wicked things. He had died in a drunken brawl, but his spirit had not left the mansion. She also said that Miss Jessel had been a weak and unhappy woman who had loved Peter Quint and followed his commands. She had neglected her duty as a governess and let the children do whatever they wanted. She had died of a broken heart, but her spirit had not left the mansion either. She said that the children could see them too. They could communicate with them and obey them. They were under their control. I was shocked and horrified by this revelation. How could such innocent children be involved in such a horror? How could I protect them from these evil ghosts? How could I save their souls? I decided to confront the children and make them confess their secret. I wanted to break their connection with the ghosts and make them trust me instead. I wanted to be their friend, their mother, their savior. But it was too late. The ghosts were too strong, too clever, too cunning. They knew what I was trying to do, and they fought back. They used the children as their weapons, their shields, their puppets. They tormented me with their appearances, their whispers, their laughter. They made me doubt my sanity, my judgment, my faith. They made me feel guilty, helpless. They made me lose everything.